Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the channel. This is John. Tech Short Pants is the channel. Uh, just had a sharing a quick video tonight, guys. I had a long, hard day at work. I was alone. And oh man, it was rough. I was down in Naples, doing some repairs on a garbage compactor and doing some welding. PPE in a hot day, man. Anyway, I'm zapped, I'm sunburnt, but I had some thoughts while I was out there, and I wanted to share them while they were fresh because I'm about to go crash, and then I got a long day tomorrow. Who knows when I'll get a chance to make the next video. So, anyway, I was listening to. I couldn't tell you exactly what it was. I had my earphone in, and I had a welding helmet and stuff. But anyway, I was listening to a couple of guys who were going back and forth about how divisive Donald Trump is, how divisive the right wing is, how evil, how divisive. And it got me thinking back to something I had heard a couple of weeks ago. I can't, I wish I could credit the guy for what, because it was probably on YouTube. I don't know exactly how I was probably listening autoplay whatever, and it popped up. But anyway, I was listening to these guys argue about how Donald Trump was so divisive today, and then it got me thinking back to what this gentleman had said, about a week ago when I was at the same situation listening at work. Excuse me. Anyway, sorry about that, y'all. It's been a long day. Um, Well, let me just pull this up. Okay, so bear in mind, this is in the context of me hearing about how Donald Trump is so divisive and so bad and so evil and da da da. So anyway, this is Luke chapter 12, verses 49 through 56. I just want to read this out loud and then we'll keep going with the thought. Luke chapter 12, verses 49 through 56. I have come to set the world on fire, and I wish it were already burning. I have a terrible baptism suffering ahead of me, and I am under a heavy burden until it's accomplished. Do you think I have come to bring peace to the earth? No, I have come to divide people against each other. From now on, families will be split apart. 3 in favor of me, 2 against, or 2 in favor of 3 against. Father will be divided against son, son against father, mother against daughter, daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, and so on and so forth. Then Jesus turns to the crowd and said, when you see clouds begin to form in the west, and you say, here comes a shower, you're right. When the south winds blow, you say, today will be a scorcher, and it is. You fools. You know how to interpret the weather, the signs of the earth, the sky, but you don't know how to interpret the present times. Now, let's think about that for a minute. I'm going to bring myself back up here. We're not going to stare at that. I might refer back to it, but come on. What are we doing here? There we go. All right. So, when Jesus turned the crowd and said, you can see clouds beginning to form in the west, you'll say, here comes a shower, and you're right. When the south wind blows, you say today will be a scorcher, and it is. But you fools do not know how to interpret the weather signs of. You know how to excuse me. You know how to interpret the signs of the earth, the sky, but you don't know how to interpret present times. What's going on in present times, guys? Since Charlie Kirk was killed, a veil was dropped. You saw evil. I saw evil. Jesus didn't come for world peace and harmony. He came to divide the believers from the non-believers. It's pretty obvious this isn't right versus left anymore. This is good versus evil. It's pretty clear. A lot of people have said it. I've seen it a lot. I know I'm not the only one who thinks that. But I thought this was interesting. considering the verbiage used to describe Donald Trump and his supporters a lot of the time. Divisive, divisive, divisive. What has the right done? Nobody can actually explain what the right has done except for elect Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's divisive because they say he's divisive. They blame him for the temper tantrums that they throw. They'll burn down a city and then they'll tell you, "Well, this didn't happen if this wouldn't happen if Donald Trump wasn't president." It's like, "Yeah, but you're the ones who are doing it because you don't like that Donald Trump is president." That's what's going on. You can't reason with evil. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, I think this is. I just thought it was pretty interesting. I just wanted to share that. There's a lot. There's a lot of different places we could go with that. I've been tangentially thinking about this for the last few hours. Um, but I just wanted to present this, and I just wanted to share this with you guys because it stood out to me as something that, I mean, this is obviously, I mean, this definitely can be applied to today, right? Everything from when Jesus says, "I am under a heavy burden until it is." Yeah, I have a terrible baptism of suffering ahead of me, and I am under a heavy burden until it's accomplished. Do you think I come to bring peace to the earth? He didn't come to bring peace. He came to divide. When you're on the side of good, evil will divide itself from you. And I use good and evil pretty clearly here, right? There is one side that is pro killing children, killing people that they don't agree with, and they're cozying up to ideologies in religion who will kill people that are disbelievers. And they project all that stuff onto us. The irony of them using The Handmaid's Tale for the last 10 years to describe the right wing in America, and now we're going up against the IRGC. That book was literally written about that regime. This is clear as day. These people are just using them for numbers, and they don't realize they're the useful idiots in this situation. I think that's hilarious. That's for another video. Anyway, I wanted to point this out because of how relevant it is, and I'm going to stick to this topic. So here we go. Father will be divided against son, son against father, mother against daughter, daughter against mother. How many of y'all have lost relatives, lost friends, gotten deleted off of Facebook? When you didn't even really do anything. You just maybe shared a gif of Donald Trump doing the thing. That's enough. That's enough. If that man drives evil people out of your life, that man is the side of good. That's the way that I look at it. Anyway, yeah, so we'll leave it with this. When Jesus turned to the crowd, he said, "When you see clouds beginning to form in the west, you say, 'Here's a shower.' And you're right. When you see the south winds blow, you say, 'Today will be a scorcher,' and it is. You fools, you know how to interpret the weather signs, signs of the earth and the sky, but you don't know how to interpret the present times." Signs of the times, y'all. Signs of the times. I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is John. Tactical Short Pants is the channel. I hope you guys have a great night. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll talk to you later. Have a good day.